Hey, you guys. What have you guys been up to? I've been in bed. No, not really. Well, a little bit. Anyway, so gosh, it's been freezing here. I guess that doesn't it the weather we're experiencing pales in comparison to everybody in Texas, and I wish the best for all of you guys. Hang in there. Um, it's just terrible, just terrible. Um, we had a. I lived in Oklahoma for about a year. I've talked about that before. I'll never go back to Oklahoma. Anyway, we had an ice storm while I was there, and it was just horrible. Anyway, so so beyond that, um, before I did the book sale, I had started getting pages prepped, pulling out papers and stuff for these encyclopedias. And I've had these covers for quite a while. I bought the set on eBay. Um, I want to say I think I paid about $40 for them altogether. Um, but I couldn't pass them up. I just thought they were beautiful. So I have gutted them, and I've done just one layer to kind of reinforce the spines a little bit. They were all in pretty good shape. I did accidentally kind of mess up one or two of them uh, while I was gutting them. And then there was one where I had it. I didn't notice this before, but it has this kind of like gash in it right here. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll just leave it, add some ink to it or something. Who knows? But anyway, yeah. You see, here's one where I kind of messed it up when I was gutting the book. But I'll figure something out to sort of doctor that up and make it all better. Anyway, so I want to. This really isn't enough on the spine, and so I'm going to do another layer of fabric on that spine. But I just wanted to add this one real thin layer, and actually what this is cheesecloth. It's a really fine mesh cheesecloth that I buy on Amazon. And anyway, so it's like gauze. It's almost just like this gauze that I love. So so I did that, and I didn't really pay too close. I didn't really try to make it super neat. I just wanted to get it on there, just to basically kind of secure it. You know what I mean? To kind of clean it up, because these edges and stuff in here can be kind of raggedy. Anyway, so I've been thinking about what I wanted to do on the inside covers. I really didn't want to just leave them white like this. And I was just kind of going through papers and stuff, and I remembered that I have this drawer in one of my filing cabinets full of rolls of paper. And so I found some marbled paper. This is like hand marbled paper. I had like 3 rolls of it. Well, like 20 by 30 sheets. And anyway, so I cut these, and I decided to use those. I decided to use that on the inside covers. And so I cut them all down already, and I thought they looked nice with this cover, because it's got this like gold and stuff in it. And some of the paper on these inside covers is crookedy just a little bit. So I thought, that's not the end of the world. I'll just try to cover it as best I can. And then I think I'm going to do some stitching around the borders of the covers. And then I'll also add another layer of gauze on there. So anyway, so I just kind of wanted to check in with you guys, and just do a little bit of crafting with you. I can't promise, but I think I'm feeling a little bit more inspired. Part of that could be because I ordered a whole bunch of paper. um, Tons of paper. My mom and I went to Hobby Lobby, put our masks on. She and I have both had our first vaccine. I get my second one on Friday. So I thought I would try to get some work done before then, since it sounds like the second dose is usually a little bit rougher on you. Anyway, so we went to Hobby Lobby. We ventured out in the world, and she needed some beads, and she's working on some projects too. And so while she was doing that, I looked at the yarn. None of the yarn was on sale, so I didn't buy any yarn, but I did, all of the paper packs were half price. So I picked up a few packs of paper. And if you guys, anybody who knows me knows that I'm not like not super into scrapbook paper, but but I do love paper. And so so anyways, so I got 3 packs of paper that I've never had before. I don't like to buy the same paper over and over again, but it's like, but then I got to thinking, well, this was kind of inspiring. So I, after I got home, I I went on Amazon, and there was this, I'm just rambling. There was some paper in my saved for later items that I had looked at a long time ago. Some craft consortium papers, like packs, that I remembered were in there. And so I moved all of those into my cart and counted to 3 and hit the place order button. So I've actually ordered, I think, 8 packs of 12 by 12 paper from Craft Consortium, or Consortium, or however you say it. And so those are on the way. 2 of them are supposed to get here today. It's beautiful paper. And then I thought, okay, well, if I'm buying paper, I'm just going to go for it. So I went on to scrapbook.com, filtered for floral paper, because I figured I'd get a lot of results. And yeah, so I placed a giant order with scrapbook.com also for paper. So mostly 12 by 12. I did order quite a few single sheets of the 49 in Market paper. I love their papers. And I tried to get double-sided paper as much as I could. I got some graphic 45. I like graphic 45 paper, but I just don't use it that much, usually because it's so intense, and I like paper that is a little more subdued, anyway, but I did order some, and then that's on the way. That should be here by Friday. It's a 24-pound box. Anyway, a lot of 12 by 12 pads, and then and a lot of Prima papers too, and tons of single sheets. So that should be fun. So if you guys want, I will come back and I'll do a haul. So I'll wait for all the Amazon papers to come, the Craft Consortium papers, and then the scrapbook.com papers, and then the Hobby Lobby papers, and I'll just do like a haul video. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know if you'd like to see that. I know some people are interested in hauls. So anyway, so back to this. So I'm just gluing this marbled paper on. I'm using the pH neutral PVA glue. It's just really sturdy, and I trust it. And it'll glue paper to paper, paper to fabric, fabric to paper, whatever. And I know it's not gonna lift. So I'm using a sponge brush, just to spread the glue out, but I dampen it just a little bit with water. And then I kind of dab off almost all of the water. I don't want the brush wet. I just want it slightly damp so that it basically, so it doesn't dry out while I'm working on it. Anyway, so glue those on, try to cover up the white as best I can, you know. And then I'm going to add another layer of the gauze on here. So, or the cheesecloth. And I just want to pull it, I just want to, you know, add it just over the edge of this marbled paper, just to kind of strengthen the spine a little bit. So now I know I'll have 2 layers of fabric to kind of reinforce my spine. I like the spines of my journals to be relatively soft and flexible. I don't really like them to be stiff. So yeah, so that's why I like to just use fabric. I don't use chipboard and stuff like that. And I prefer to use fabric over Tyvek because I don't know, I just do. I do have quite a bit of Tyvek, but I like this better. I just I feel like it's strong enough, you know. It's not, I mean, it's a journal. It's not like somebody's going to be throwing it across the room or anything, right? Hopefully. So this is some vintage gauze that I bought on eBay quite a while ago. This is the last roll, and I just love it because it's so easy to use, you know. So I'm cutting it off slightly longer than it needs to be, and then I'm just gonna just fold it down a little bit. Just fold it down a little bit so it gives it a clean edge. I mean, I like having that kind of raggedy cheesecloth edge too at the top and bottom, but these I sort of want them to be more, I don't know. I don't want them to be that. I don't want that. I just, so see, I'm just kind of just folding it up, smush it down. Okay, and set that aside to dry. I like using the cheesecloth also because it's thin, you know, and that way when I get the pages bound into it, there's still plenty of space on the spine, and you know, it's just nice and flexible. But that fabric makes me feel like it's more durable. So more durable than just using paper. Anyway, so that should be fun. I'm just, don't you love it when you've got packages coming in the mail? Plus I'm not really getting out and about as much as I used to, and I needed some inspiration, so and I deserve it, you know. Trying not to use too much glue. I don't want the paper to buckle. But that is one nice thing about this PVA glue, is that it's not really wet, so it doesn't, if you don't use too much, it generally won't cause your paper to buckle. And it also dries clear, so if I get a little bit over the edges, you know, it's not like a huge deal. I do try to make sure that I don't have any spots where there's no glue. Also, it's flexible. So that's another thing. It's very flexible. Could use like a brayer to smooth this out, but my hands work just as well. And I'm also going to do that stitching too, so I think that'll look nice on the inside and on the outside. Let me just do the second one, and maybe that other one will be a little bit dry, and then I can do the stitching on camera. I know quite a few people have asked me to show that. I'm going to use one of my vintage machines because it's strong. It's like, it's a workhorse. The only thing is that it doesn't do a zigzag. It's a straight stitch only, but that's okay. I mean, it'll stitch through this cover just fine. You know, the biggest thing when you're doing that is to just go slow. Like, you don't need to, doesn't need to go full steam ahead. You know, you can take your time, and you don't want to put too much pressure on your machine. A lot of the newer machines will work. I would suggest using, people ask me all the time, like, what needle do you use and that kind of stuff. I would use a kind of like a medium weight needle. I wouldn't use a heavy duty needle, mostly because the like a medium weight needle will puncture through the book cover just fine. And as long as you're kind of letting the machine feed it through, it should puncture the cover at a straight angle, giving you less chance that it'll break, you know. So if you just let the machine feed it through rather than pushing or pulling, you won't have the chance for it to like pull on the needle one way or the other. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense, but I wouldn't use a light duty needle. I would just use something kind of in the middle, like something for like heavy cotton or something. Anyway, so let's put the fabric on the inside here. So there's a couple other, I have this other, no, I'm not going to use that. This is another roll of gauze that came in the same lot. Let's see. I think it's actually, yeah, it's tall enough. See, this one will give me a little bit of raggedy edge on the top and bottom, but that's okay. Oops, use my pinking shears. And then I thought it would be kind of fun to do, I have all this Inca Gold that I used to use all the time, and I don't know why, but I just kind of stopped using it. And so it's sort of dried up. I added some water to them, which is all you need if you have Inca Gold or this metallic luster stuff that's made by Deco Art. They sell it at Hobby Lobby. If yours dries up, just spray some water on it and it'll soften right up. People say to store a baby wipe in it or something like that, and I've done that, but to be honest, the baby wipe dries up too, so, you know, I suppose you could wrap it up in a plastic bag or something, maybe. I don't know, but I just add a little bit of water to it, and it softens right back up. So I don't want too much glue. Got a little too much glue. There, that's good. If I rub too much, it'll actually wind up pulling it because the glue, you know, so I'm just trying to like pat it down. Anyway, so I'm going to trim this just a little bit. Okay. So let's see this. I think this one is probably, it's probably fine. I'm just going to go ahead and stitch it. If I have trouble, then I won't, and then I'll stop, but I think it'll be okay. All right. Come here, you. Oh my God, this thing is so heavy. Normally I would do all of the covers and have them all ready to go before I even started, but I wanted to do it on camera because like I said, I've had people ask me. So I'm almost out of thread, so I might have to stop and rethread this, but the bulb is burnt out on this, so I can't turn the light on, but I can see just fine. I'm sure you guys can see. Anyway, so like I said, it's just a straight stitch. So what I do is I kind of start it with the needle down through the cover, okay? And then just, you really want to try to hold the cover down onto the bed of the machine. Otherwise it kind of flops. It'll like pull, it'll go up and down. You don't want that. So then when you turn the corner, it's nice if you have the needle down. And this machine also has a nice wide like bed, so I'm able to, so the cover, if I kind of open, like pull this up a little bit, it'll actually fit through the opening there. I don't know, some machines that's not possible, but, and you can't do it on a larger book like this. That's about the right speed right there. Okay. Turn. I have to pull it back a little bit. Sometimes you have to help it a little bit. Okay, so there's the front, and I don't know, I just like the way it kind of alters it just a little bit, you know, so it doesn't look exactly like it did, you know. Anyway, you know what I mean. Okay, well, I'll do the back too. I'm just afraid I'm going to run out of thread, and that's, whoops. I'm these old machines, you do want to, definitely want to make sure that you oil it. So that one I'm not going to be able to keep the needle down, but you definitely want to oil these, especially when they're working hard like this. So I'll usually I'll stitch like 3 or 4 covers and then give it a drop of oil. And I love that it's so quiet. All right, okay, let me get this back out of the way. I have it sitting on my trash can. Okay, so that was good. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks good. I do have some gold thread. I thought about maybe using gold, but nah, it's okay. And then I want to do something kind of, I did another one when you guys weren't looking. I just want to add a little bit of like extra gold on these. Plus I want to use these, I want to use this Inca Gold. Let me find one. See, I have a bunch of them. It's iced espresso. That's not purple, not green. Yeah, that one. Gold Rush. Whoops. I have 2 of those. Oh, this one's already soft. That one's still soft. What the heck? So is that one. Why do I have 2 of these? Oh, this one I added water to. Sorry, I'm just blabbering about nothing. Anyway. That's funny. This one has stayed soft. And I haven't used this for forever. Anyway, so I'm just going to do with my finger just a tiny bit of gold right around the edges of the book. I have a tendency to get sort of carried away with this, so I'm trying to restrain myself. Maybe, whoops. Sorry, guys. It's so weird when my phone rings. It's like nobody ever calls me. Nobody except for my mom. We call each other. She lives upstairs, but we call each other on the phone all the time. Is there anybody in your life that you like my mom and I, we get along really well when we're talking on the phone. For some reason, we have conflict when we talk in person. I don't know what it is. It's weird. So I'm just adding a little bit of gold, kind of, I guess, sort of grunging them up a little bit. You know, I thought about maybe spraying these with like a clear coat or something, but do I want to put any on the outside? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. See what I mean? I start doing this, and then before you know it, everything's covered. If you've never used this Inca Gold before, it's really cool. It's almost like a wax. It behaves kind of like a wax, but I don't think it is wax, because otherwise it wouldn't be like, you wouldn't be able to like rework it with water, you know? Anyway, I used to think that it was wax, and so I thought maybe, you know, to reconstitute it, you'd have to use like alcohol or some kind of mineral spirits or something like that, but water works just fine. Anyway, I put a little bit down here on the edge, so I'm just kind of just right around all the edges. There, I like it. I just have to make myself stop. Okay. I'm glad this one is still soft. I also have these little Gilder's paste wax cans that really are drying out, and these are not water soluble. This one is fine for some reason. That one's fine, but these other two colors, this German silver one, like this one is really hard. And then I have, this is the one I wanted to use. It's really like dried up. Anyway, if anybody knows how to reconstitute this Gilder's paste wax, will you tell me? That I would like to know. Water doesn't work. That stuff is really hard to clean off your hands and stuff too. Well, not so much your hands, but like off of my desk and stuff. It's really hard to get off. I have to use like rubbing alcohol. Anyway, but the Inca Gold just comes off with baby wipes. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to finish gluing all of the marbled paper onto these covers and get them all stitched and get them all golded up. And then hopefully, today's Wednesday, hopefully my paper will come by Friday, because I'm really ready to start putting signatures together, to be honest. But I'd like to use some of my new paper, you know. This is all the, this is way more than I need, I think, for these journals. But I've got quite a bit of paper prepped, and obviously, you know, I can save this and use it, excuse me, for other journals too. But so it's all in a basket, kind of like, this is all scrapbook paper, but a lot of it I don't particularly love. So I'd like to, I'm going to use some, I had all of this like textured scrapbook paper, has this kind of like wood grain like texture on it, and then a whole bunch of Canson paper. It's like it's for pastels, for using pastels, like an art paper. Anyway, just lots of paper, but I'm ready to put signatures together and then get these bound so I can get them all finished. Maybe tomorrow. I do want to make some charms for these, so maybe if I get all the covers ready. I also picked up these little guys at Hobby Lobby. They were with the still have gold on my hands. They were with the crocheting and knitting tools for some reason. I don't know why, but they're these little clips. They call them butterfly clips. And they didn't come in this can. I just put them in this can, but I thought these would be kind of fun to use. And since they have this metal like ring on the loop on the back, I thought I could make some charms to just kind of hang off of that loop to just clip them into the journals. So anyway, so maybe tomorrow we can do some like bead charms and stuff, you know. Anyway, so that's that. I also need to do, I still have those journals that I need to show you. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know if I'll do it today. Jenna's journals. She's got, I opened the box. I haven't looked at the journals yet, but Jenna sent me 5 journals. It's JJ Rue Designs. This is her, this is her little thing. jjruedesigns.weebly.com is her website. Anyway, but I'll tell you all that stuff when I do the video. I'm going to do a show and sell video and show you guys her journals. So, I don't know if I'll do it today. I might, who knows? But anyways, that's where I'm at. And you guys should start getting your books here pretty soon, from the book sale. And, yeah, you guys should all have your French stuff and all that. I also want to do some tags. I want to make some tags, maybe do some collaging on some old paper, and you know, just make some little like note cards to put in these, and figure out some other little doodads to add into them. Anyway, but I've been kind of out of the what do they call it, the not out of the loop, but you know, kind of sidetracked. Anyway, so I'm starting to come back around, but I know I keep saying that, but really it's true this time. I'm so excited to get that paper. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna sign off, and let me know if you guys even want to see a haul video. I'm sure you do. I'll just do it. I know you do. Okay, love you guys. Bye for now.